Yo, what's going on YouTube? And in today's video, we're actually going to be talking about some of the other reveals that we've seen for OP11, and let's get right into it. We're actually going to start off with this Monkey D. Luffy. This Monkey D. Luffy I've seen. I thought that I'd seen this. Is actually pretty crazy. It is a blue character, 5 cost, 7,000 power, counter 1,000. If you have 5 or more cards in your hand, this character cannot attack, but it is a blocker. This is super impressive, and many people were talking about playing this in Nami, but I said screw all that. We're trying to play this in Ace. This is an Ace card because you can obviously be very much use your leader ability, put this on the top of your life, use a baby, play this, and now you have another access to another blocker which helps you defend. And because it is a 5/7, when you do have 5 or less cards in your hand, this thing is an absolute beater. So this is a really really good card. More so I think so meant for Ace than any other deck that is out there right now. I think that that's just where this card is headed for, where this card is meant for. I mean, you can play it in Nami, any other kind of deck that you want to, but honestly, Nami is going to have too many cards in the hand, and you're never going to be swinging with this. But in other decks such as Ace, you will. Moving on to the next one, another low-key tech Ace support. We're going to head in this Shirai, and I know that I butchered that name, but we're going to keep on going. This is a yellow character, 3 cost, 4,000 power, 1,000 counter, Fishman Merfolk blocker that says on play you may flip the top card of your life face down. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Fishman type character added to your hand. Then place the remaining cards at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. This versatile blocker is going to do so much for us. So for one, this card on play is going to be able to flip the top card of our life face down, which is really amazing in Ace. Of course, this is not Shirahoshi locked. It's one of the only cards not locked to Shirahoshi or any of the Fishman type. But as I said before, it's going to be able to flip one of those life face down. It's going to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and reveal 1 Fishman type card. So that means if you do like to play the Namul Whitebeard blocker that came out in OP08, I believe, with some other cards that allows you on to draw 2 and then place 2 at the top of your deck or bottom of your deck, you can actually add that card to your hand. If this isn't limited to Fishman Island, Fishman Island isn't anything, it's just Fishman, which I think it actually is just Fishman and not Fishman Island. But if it allows you to add that, and also this card isn't limited to adding itself as well. So you can also add another copy of itself to your hand while rearranging your top end to make sure that you get your leader ability for the next turn, or however it is you want to set it up, you'll be able to set it up. This card being pretty good again in Ace is also going to be pretty good, obviously, in the Fishman deck, but I see this card being more useful in our board Ace, as it just allows us to do a little bit more nutty plays than when we could before, and just allows us a little bit more open and versatility with the deck. But we're going to see as time goes on, like we're moving on. Then we have this Brook, which is a blue cost, 3 cost, 4,000 power, 1,000 counter, Straw Hat Pirates type. This is place up to 1 of your characters with an original cost of 1 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. And because this is original cost of 1 or less, I don't see this Brook actually seeing any kind of play or any kind of versatility, because original cost of 1 or less is kind of mid. There's not a whole lot of things that you'll find yourself really trying to hit or want to hit with that, because it's not very, very useful. So although there's a blocker that does go ahead and get rid of 1 cost on play, I don't see this thing seeing a whole lot of play, unless I could be wrong and some things change, but this seems like a very mid card at best. We do have this Charlotte Peril Sparrow, which is a purple character, 5 cost, 7,000 power, Big Mom Pirates, active main. Once per turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand, declare a cost of your choosing, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. If it is the declared cost, if it is the same as the declared cost, draw 1 card and add 1 card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. This is going to be insane inside of the category purple deck. I think this is going to be a staple because of how powerful it is, not only allowing you to replace itself, but also allowing you to go ahead and ramp 1 Dawn active, immediately going up to 6 Dawn, and being able to attach 1 Dawn to leader and swing is pretty effective. Even if you aren't doing that, just the fact that you just can go ahead and ramp 1 and draw 1 is insane. And that is an active main. That is not a on play, so that means that it's going to be able to get around cards such as Teach. So that means this card is going to have a lot of versatility and a lot of effects in the meta. Being a 5/7 is pretty strong. The vanilla stat line, which you desire to see, it has the magic number of 7. It is all around good. The only downside to it is that it doesn't have any kind of trigger or counter to it. But what would you care for a card that's allowing you to replace yourself and ramp up 1 Don? This is just a good card. Now this only going to see play in Katakuri because it's the only deck in which is going to be good, because in every other deck is just kind of sort of reliable, and you just have to be lucky as all heck to try and pull this off anything else. But we're moving forward because we can. Arakumi, I'm going to butcher these names. You guys are going to have to forgive me. So 1 cost 2,000 counter, or 1 cost 2,000 power, Navy, 2,000 counter, active main. You may trash this character. If your leader has the Navy type, choose up to one of your opponent's characters. Choose up to one of your characters with Navy type. That character can attack active characters during this turn. Then place 2 cards from your trash and top of your deck. That is going to be strong for placing cards in the trash and for going ahead and getting cards off the board. I think the new thing that Black is trying to do is just swing at your characters as opposed to just trying to blow them up with card effects. I think that the ban list is going to shake things up a lot, and they're preparing us for the shake that is coming. And with that being said, it means that we're going to be seeing some things change, some different things, some other kind of ways of which Black is just going to have to operate, and that's just how it looks like it's going to be. But we'll find out on March 16th when they do release the banned list. Until then, we're just going to have to see. But this card seems like it's going to be pretty good in the Kobe deck. I don't really see it seeing any kind of use in any other kind of Navy deck unless you're just trying to get your Navy characters to just punch. But again, I don't see that happening. We've also got this Reiju, which is a blue Vinsmoke blocker. German 66, it says if they only have German type characters on the field, up to one of your leader characters gains 1,000 power, then you can place 2 cards from your deck into your trash. That is incredible. That's pretty good. I think that it just being a blocker, even if you don't have all Germans in field, it just being a blocker is super impressive, super good for the deck. I think one of the things that German 66 has been suffering from is that it hasn't had blockers, and it hasn't had an effective way of keeping up with your Don resource. But this being a blocker, not really helping you with your Don resource, but helping you with a little bit with the hand management, but not having to discard so much, and being able to boost your leader and our character by 1,000. Keep in mind, this thing looks like it can boost up to one of your leader characters, so yes, it can even boost itself, making it an 8,000 blocker, 7 cost 8,000 blocker, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. Or you can go ahead and boost your leader if you want to, but generally speaking, you've got the cards that you need to in hand to go ahead and protect yourself. So honestly, you'd probably be using this more so to make it an 8,000 power blocker, and just go ahead and use whatever you can for block out one of those larger swings coming in at your direction. And one of the last cards I wanted to talk about for today was going to be this carrot. It was 1 cost 1,000 power blue character Minx. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and place them at the top and bottom of your deck in any order. On opponent's attack, you may trash this character, give up to one of your leaders 1,000 power for this battle. I think that this is a very strong card. I think this is a very good card. I think that this is something that is, I don't want to say that this is a blue staple, but I think that every blue character can play this at 4, and there's no problem with playing this at 4. I don't see any kind of disadvantage of playing this card whatsoever. If it's in your hand, it's a 1,000 counter. If it's on the field, it's 1,000 counter. Either way you go, you've got a 1,000 counter. So, yeah, and it allows you to look at and rearrange your top end as well, and it's a generic blue. Yeah, all the good stuff that you want out of a card, this card has it. It has so much versatility to it to where you can use it and abuse it as you need to use it. And because of its sneaky little field play, like I said, you'll never run out of the 1,000 counter which it provides you, and you'll always be good in those regards. So in essence, it doesn't necessarily replace itself, but it kind of replaces itself. You know what I mean? So, again, very good card, very good for blue for setting up your top end. But that's all that we have for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Adios.